Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Vaden, and today I am doing an update video to a video I posted 2 years ago when I was pregnant with our second child, since so many people actually reached out privately and on that video saying that they're experiencing the same thing. And thank God, because when I posted that video I was not sure if it was just something so completely left that I was going to be like the only one who experienced it. I'm here to tell you, if you also feel like that is farthest from the truth, because apparently a lot of women are going through this or experience it in some level or to a certain degree, because there are 4 stages of it. I am not a medical professional, so I'm not going to give you like the nitty gritty of medical terms and everything, because I'm not a medical professional. I'm just experiencing it and just talking about my experience, because this update is actually me getting a surgery done to correct and fix it, and it's not what you're expecting. If you're not sure what prolapse is, it's basically where your internal organs fall out or protrude through your vaginal opening, and that can cause either no side effects or it can cause several, and I'm the one who has several because I have 3 different types of prolapse. I have 3 children, all vaginal, successful, and very quick natural births. Maya, my oldest, was actually, I got an epidural with her. In hindsight, because I had such a quick birth, because I was so small, and because the stitches came out, all of that led to the reason why I had my first prolapse and why I have continued to have prolapse. My urogynecologist is who I had to go see, explained it to me, and he said basically there are things that in that little area of like the vaginal opening that exist. The human body doesn't repair them, and it's just no way for that to happen. So me having stitches would have helped that area not be so depleted and like thin. When I was pregnant with Mariah, that's when I noticed like this pink organ, like this much, like sticking out. Even then, looking back, it didn't even protrude as much when I was squatting. It was really only when I was going to the bathroom. And because I was pregnant, you know, the baby pushes down and, you know, all that stuff. But it wasn't until I had Noah, my beautiful baby boy, 3 months ago, my prolapse pushed me from stage 2, because there's 4 stages, to stage 3. Maybe from the second trimester on, things just got a lot worse. Like I couldn't basically go to the bathroom without constantly peeing on myself. When I would get up to like wipe, that was constantly happening. It was so embarrassing. After I gave birth, it was like even worse, because I was experiencing incontinence, and then when I would go to the bathroom, I'd still pee on myself when I went to go wipe. And then number 2 was showing up like the next day, even though I had done it the night before and wiped and showered and all that stuff, but it was still coming out the next morning as if I didn't do anything. It's been really embarrassing things that have happened and gone on. Like I was crying sharing it with my husband, which this is gonna be a completely different video, but sex is completely different having stage 3 versus like the first 2 stages. So I'm gonna make a separate video about that, because I've been asked several times about what it's like to have sex with prolapse and how to enjoy it still. I would be standing up and I would just feel it just drop like out into the opening, and I wouldn't be doing anything. I wouldn't be squatting. I would be like sitting in the bathroom. I would just be standing. Long story short, did a lot of research, and a majority of the videos I saw were people who were medical professionals who were talking about this is all the things you need to do. You can live with it, which I don't want to, because it's just so many embarrassing things that have been going on, even though it's a common thing that no one happens to talk about. The other videos I kept seeing weren't relatable for me, because everyone who was getting a hysterectomy, which is what I'm getting to correct and fix this, everyone was getting it because of fibroid issues or cancer issues or something like that, where they had to get their uterus removed. I didn't find any videos out there about people getting a surgery to fix prolapse. The other options aside from surgery are to get a ring, kind of like similar to the Uterine birth control. You get like a ring and that helps push it up, but because I can't even do 1 Kegel, like it's a joke if I try to do a Kegel. There's no way I'll be able to keep up like a pessary is what it's called in my goods without it falling out, because that happened to me with the Uterine. That actually fell out before at work, which is so embarrassing. You can get like a surgical mesh to help it stay up there. I'm not having any more kids. I have my 3, which I always wanted, and we are not having anymore because mine's already protruding and constantly kind of protruding. The urogynecologist did measurements basically. I told them all my symptoms and issues and things that I was going through. I had to pee in a cup when I first got there so they could see if my bladder was actually fully emptying itself, and it wasn't. I had to like push, and he would do measurements of like how far out of the vaginal opening things were. I had to like, you know, try to do like Kegel, and he showed measurements. Then he verified into my appointment I'm stage 3, gave me my options. We talked about hysterectomy, and I said that's what I want to do. Actually, in less than a month, I think in 2.5 weeks, I have my surgery to get a total hysterectomy with a surgical mesh that'll help like lift my vaginal wall up once the uterus and cervix is removed. Now, I think he's doing an abdominal hysterectomy. It's through my stomach, so I'm gonna have that line. But he's also gonna do it with robot assisted. For everybody who was talking about getting hysterectomy, a total hysterectomy, but leaving their ovaries, if you left your ovaries, you'd still get a period or you wouldn't go into menopause. And what he said is actually opposite of that. Like, I won't go into menopause or anything. I also will not get my periods. So it's very interesting. What I saw online on the internet was saying that I'd have to get both the ovaries removed if I didn't want to have periods anymore. So that was opposite information that I found on the internet. So this is kind of like the blessing in all of this. I get to get this removed. I don't have to worry about potentially having children anymore. I've always had really bad periods, like really heavy periods. I won't have those to deal with anymore as I get older, but I also get to go into menopause when my body is ready to go into menopause. Okay, so I have all three types, as I mentioned earlier, of prolapse. It's all because of my pregnancy with Noah. He was a normal sized baby, like he was 7 pounds 4 ounces, and because he was weighing down on things that are already like loose and like broken, I keep saying, and it was what it felt like in me, everything kind of worsened. The only reason I went into labor and delivery is because I couldn't walk anymore, because I was in so much pain from like my organs being like pushed out but also smashing into each other, and I didn't have anything supporting, so it just felt like I was trying to hold Noah in, even though I couldn't do that. After giving birth to him, also one push, natural birth, they could tell then that I had a prolapse, and they said that I needed to go to a urogynecologist. That is my update with what's going on. I am getting hysterectomy to correct and fix this, and they're going to put in a surgical mesh to help the wall, and he's going to basically fix everything as if it were not before I gave birth the first time, but kind of as close as he can get it to then. Definitely changed a lot of things and made me very insecure in new ways. I wanted to post this video, so hopefully for people who are also experiencing it, you guys know what's going on, and you guys know there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's something you can do. If you guys have any questions about anything, please leave it in the comment section down below. Check the description box for medical information, because I am not a medical professional. So the next video is going to be about sex and how to enjoy it with a prolapse. So if you guys want to see that video, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you guys can see that when it actually updates. Bye, thanks for watching.